All right, welcome back to Collecting Smoke. I am your founder, Razul Wallace, and today I would like to finish up this series on property income and expenses. I created two videos previously, one that got into the operating expenses and one that specifically focused on debt service or mortgage. And I think this video was just gonna tie it all together. So I'm gonna do a quick review and see if we can bring this mother home. All right, so when evaluating a property, the gross income is usually the easiest. You just add up all the rents, any income associated with the property. So that includes rent, if you have laundry, if you have parking spaces, storage, anything like that, you add that all up. And that's usually an easy figure. For this property that I'm looking at, the gross income is $4,025 a month or $48,300 a year. And then these are the annual expenses here. Again, taxes are $75.82, insurance is $23.40. A calculated vacancy rate of about 5%. Because your apartment is going to be empty at some point. It might be every few years. On average, the apartment is vacant for it's occupied for about 30 months before someone moves. So you figure if a unit is going to be vacant 1 to 2 months out of every 31 to 32 months. The utilities for this unit, this property, heat is included because there's only one furnace for all 4 units. That's why it's that high. Depending on the age of the property, I'll set aside 10 to 20% for repairs and maintenance, capital expenditures. I do the management for this property just because that's the terms of the deal that I have with my partner. But moving forward, most properties that I manage will include a property management fee to be paid to another property manager. After you consider all the monthly expenses are $25,000. I messed up the calculation somewhere. But the monthly expenses are $25,363. When I redid it, I rechecked my numbers to make sure I was right. They weren't, so I corrected them. So my monthly expenses were $25,363, or my annual expenses were $25,363. I subtracted that from the gross income of $48,300, and that got me my net operating income of $22,963. The debt service, which I talked about in my other video, and that in this case, it is seller financed. So I pay my taxes directly to the town. I pay the insurance directly to the insurance company. And I only pay principal and interest to the previous owner because he's the one that's holding the note. And that's $954.83. I just rounded up to $955 for simplicity. So that leaves us with approximately, just for easy numbers, I'm going to say about $1,000 a month. So me and my partner each split $1,000 a month as our distribution. And for that, let me back up and say that in this opportunity, we purchased the home for $235K. We put $35,000 down. Now in this instance, I didn't have the money for it, right? I had enough to leave the deposit, right? The property owner requested that 10% of the down payment as a deposit. So I gave him $3,500 in escrow. You don't have to do that, right? But I felt comfortable doing that because I knew it was a good opportunity. And I was confident that I was gonna get a partner to invest with me. And so my partner invested $42,000. 42 or 43,000. I gotta go back into my paperwork. But just to err on the side of caution, let's just say he invested $43,000. $35,000 was a down payment, and we set aside the other $7,000 or $8,000 just for miscellaneous unexpected expenses. To have a little bit of capital in the account in case we needed to do any repairs, maintenance, right away or in the beginning. Just there's unexpected, and we just wanted to be prepared for that, so we just added a little bit for that. There were some attorney fees associated with it, in addition to the $35,000 down payment. So this is a way that you can kind of create value if you don't have funds, right? So in this illustration, so we've gone through all the numbers, right? And we were able to ascertain that this property can net cash flow about $1,000 a month, right? And I say 1,000 because when I looked at these expenses, right, we were slightly under 1,000 for net, by maybe like $50 or so. But remember, these numbers are not numbers that are set in stone. Vacancy rate, capital expenditures, and property management and repairs and maintenance. These are not set in stone. These are rough estimates for what could potentially happen, right? So even though I got these calculated numbers, and that put our net income at maybe, let's say, like $950, right? You know, it's not a big deal to just say, you know what, we're gonna take $500 a month each. And, you know, instead of having $4,800 for the year, or I think I split the difference on this property. So the difference between that was like, I think that put us at like 2,448, like 7,200 for the year. So I have 7,200 for the year. We have like 6,600 for the year for repairs, maintenance, and capital expenditures. You know, it's not, again, investing is kind of a mix of art and science. It's not an exact science because you don't know exactly what the numbers are. So you kind of get a feel or start to learn and understand what is reasonable as a set aside for things. So my partner and I each take away $500 a month from this property. He has all my years of experience. He doesn't have to worry about anything at all with the property. I touch base with him every so often, whether it's monthly, quarterly. I let him know what's going on. I send him his funds each month, and I believe we have a good working relationship. And he put up, let's say, $43,000. So what this looks like for him, as far as the return on investment goes, it is $6,000 annually over this $43,000 investment. I did the math. My phone is recording, so I can't use my calculator right now. But it's approximately 14% cash on cash return annually. And I probably will not sell this house until we can at least get $350 for it. $350. So upon the sale, he'll get all of his money back that he invested up front, and then we'll split whatever the net proceeds are. Because of capital gains, my goal with him, and it's going to be completely up to him if he wants to take his funds and go about his business, or if he wants to reinvest with me in another investment. But I believe that the property is working well, and that it will do well by him, and I believe that he'll want to reinvest. So he'll get his $43K back whenever we sell, and at that point we'll have paid the mortgage down some, which will owe we'll probably owe less than $200. Let's just say we owe $190. There'll be a number of miscellaneous fees that'll take from it. But we'll probably end up netting a little over $50K each on this after making $500 a month for the time. Now, I will say, the first year, we didn't take any money from the property. All the funds that were made were reinvested into the property. You know, we evicted one tenant. We had to stabilize the property. We evicted one tenant. We redid that unit and rented it, and got a paying tenant who takes good care of the place. And the other 3 tenants wanted to stay. We did raise the rent on them slightly when we took the building over, but we believe that they were good tenants, and we didn't really want them to leave. But the units were like significantly under rented, and they had heat included, so they were rented under the market value without utilities included, and these had utilities included. So I knew from market research that they weren't going to be able to find anything at all renting for lower than what the increase was going to be, let alone including all the perks that they had, and they're relatively nice units. One of them, two of them, we actually just redid the flooring, and we want to take care of the tenants also. But this was a little bit scattered and all over the place, but I kind of gave you an overview in previous videos of the income and the expenses. And in this video, we talked about the net after all expenses are paid, what we put in our pockets each month. I showed you how we're able to do that and what that looks like as far as an ROI on a partner for a partner. This deal had a lot of meat on the bones. Like if I had the funds and I was self-managing, so mind you, there's a lot of variables with investing, right? How much time and effort it takes you. You know, property management is something that I'm gonna have to calculate for my properties, because you only have the time and the capacity to manage so much before you need help, and I'm at that point right now. So I don't think that I'll be taking on any more properties unless there's a property management fee included in it, unless I'm offload one of my properties from where I'm at right now. But you know, they say you need money to make money. There's truth in that, right? You need money to make money, but it doesn't have to be your money. And if you have a good enough opportunity and you have the ability to present it, you can get the money, anyone else's money who's open and willing to kind of invest in your opportunity. You know, and real estate is relatively safe in that you have, you know, you always have that asset behind whatever you're investing in. So worst case scenario, you know, you're not gonna lose everything. And that's what been my experience in investing, is that even when things don't turn out ideally, or if everything doesn't go the way that you'd hope, then you still end up in not too bad of a position. I'm gonna create a video about an example of that. So I won't get into that here and now, but essentially I found this opportunity, I did all the numbers and put it together, I got it under contract, and then I went and found a partner to put up the funds, and now we split the income from the monthly income from the property, and we'll split the appreciation whenever we sell. But I hope that gives you an understanding of how you can make things happen. And if you have any questions, comments, or need any clarity, anything you didn't like or thought I could do better, please put it in the comments. I'm starting out, I'm learning, but I'll just keep getting better as I go. I hope that this was clear and easy to understand, and that you got some value from it. And remember to rein yourself in, and have a good day.